Right, 20 minutes of work with my ultrasonic cutter here. I have 2 partial remnants of towers and a whole bunch of just generic broken down wall. The ultrasonic cutter leaves some smooth or melted edges here and there, which is great for acid damage, but I don't want that, so I'm using a flat file. I'm just going over some of these edges to roughen them up a little bit. After that, I'm going to be using a triangular file. To every place there was a vertical line in the 3D print, I just did a horizontal line across the top to notch in these stones on that edge. Little gray auto primer gets things ready for paint. Even though these guys were primed with a gray primer, I've hit them with some acrylic dark gray that is just basically going to be a base coat on everything, and I've gotten the insides and the outsides. It puts a little more thickness of paint on and hides some of those 3D printing layer lines. Next, I take 3 different colors of wash, I like the primaries, and just randomly dot different bricks in the different colors. Try to keep it nice and random, leave a decent number untouched, but this is going to give some bricks different colors when we're all done. Alright, now using a lighter color of gray, I dry brushed horizontally to bring out those vertical column lines. I went ahead and superglued these pieces of rubble together so I can start treating them as individual parts, because now, what's the top versus the bottom starts to matter. So on the rubble, which is basically sitting on the ground, I've done a burnt umber wash over the entire thing. You can see how those colors on the bricks are starting to fade together. Now this guy, I did the burnt umber only on the part that's touching the ground, so if dirt is getting rained on and kind of washing up there, and we're going to do a black wash on the rest of the thing to kind of blend the colors together. Alright, so after I put a black wash on that, that's as dark as this guy's going to get, and I will be adding some lighter touches with dry brushing and speckling and so forth later. Put a lot of blobs of olive green, especially on the back, a little bit lighter on the front here to be mossy stuff. Then I dab some apple tartar with a tiny little brush, so that'll be a kind of the greenish yellow lichen. Dry brushed a little bit of white at some of these edges to highlight things, and we're going to call this thing done.